Hi everyone, and welcome back to Queen G's Recipes. And today I am very excited for this recipe because it is a cookie recipe that I make every year for my family, and we just love them. It is my cinnamon roll cookies. Now they do have a couple of steps, but it's very easy to put together. And first of all, I'm going to show you the ingredients for the actual cookie dough, and then I will show you the ingredients for the filling and for the icing once we get there. So now for the cookie dough, we are going to need some flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt and cinnamon, some packed brown sugar, some eggs, softened butter at room temperature, needs to be softened, and some vanilla extract. Now this is for our cookie dough, so let's move on to making our cookie dough. Okay, so into our mixing bowl, we are going to add in our softened butter. We are also going to add in our brown sugar, and we are going to give these two a good mix. Okay, so our dough looks good. We are now ready to add in our eggs and give this another mix just until combined. Okay, so this is great. Now you just want to make sure that you scrape the bottom and sides of your bowl as many times as necessary, making sure that all of the ingredients are well combined. Now we will add in our vanilla extract and just give it a quick little mix. Okay, and now into our bowl, we will add in all of our dry ingredients. Okay, so our dough looks and smells just magnificent. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set my bowl aside, and we are going to prepare our filling ingredients. Okay, so now for our filling, what I have here is a mixture of cinnamon and just regular white granulated sugar. And we're just going to give this a mix. Okay, this looks good. Just make sure that the two are well mixed together. And now we are ready to roll out our dough, place our filling on top of our dough, and then we're going to roll it in a little roll. And then we will have to refrigerate it for up to about 2 hours, and then we'll be ready to slice them and bake them. Okay, so what I have here is 2 long pieces of parchment paper. And now what we're going to do is we're going to place our cookie dough on the bottom piece, and then we'll place the top piece of parchment paper on top of the cookie dough, and we will roll it out. So you want to roll out your dough to about a 9 by 16 inch rectangle. Okay, so this is perfect. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we are going to sprinkle about 3/4 of our cinnamon sugar, and once we roll up our cookie dough, we are going to sprinkle the remaining on the actual cookie dough log. Okay, so when placing your cinnamon sugar on your dough, just try and leave a little border, maybe about, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, so that when you roll your cookie dough, it doesn't start just coming out of the sides. So now with the help of our parchment paper, we are going to roll our dough into a large log. Okay, so when rolling your dough while it's on the parchment paper, you want to be very, very careful with it because this dough is still very soft and it's very sensitive at this point. So now what I'm going to do is on a piece of plastic wrap, I'm just gonna roll out my cookie log here. Right. Okay, this is good. Okay, so I just added another piece of plastic wrap here. And now, before we actually wrap it in the plastic wrap, we are going to place the remaining cinnamon sugar on top of our cookie dough log here. Okay, so don't worry if some of it falls off onto the side. It will all work out in the end. So now you just want to very tightly and carefully wrap your dough in the plastic wrap and just roll it here, making sure it is very tightly wrapped. Okay. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to place our cookie dough log here in the fridge for about 2 hours. So at that time it will be firm enough to slice it, and then we will be ready to bake our cookies and make our icing. Okay, so my cinnamon roll cookie dough was in the fridge for 2 hours, and now we are ready to unwrap it and slice our cookies. Now you want to slice your cookies about 1/2 inch thick. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have your oven preheating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit and that you have your cookie sheets lined with parchment paper ready to go. So let's get to slicing our cookies. Now we are ready to start baking our cookies at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 to 12 minutes, or when the edges are a light golden brown. Okay, so all of my cookies baked for exactly 11 minutes each tray, and now you want to make sure that you allow them to cool for about 5 to 7 minutes on the baking tray, and then transfer them onto a cooling rack, and then allow them to cool completely before placing your icing on top. So that's exactly what I did, and now what I have here is just some icing, which is icing sugar, some milk, and a very small amount of vanilla extract, but of course the full recipe for everything is always in the description box. So all of the icing ingredients I just mixed in a bowl until it became this nice icing consistency, and that was it. I placed it in a piping bag, but if you don't have any, you can use a Ziploc bag or any plastic bag available and just snip a little piece at the end of the corner of the bag. You can also just use a spoon and drizzle on top. That will work as well. So let's get to decorating our cinnamon roll cookies. Okay, so I am finished icing all of my cinnamon roll cookies. Now ideally you want the icing to set completely before serving or even before storing them. So that's what you should do, but I'm actually going to try one and I really can't wait anymore. These are just so delightful, so wonderful. They taste exactly like a cinnamon roll in a cookie form. You're going to love these cookies. I can tell you eating one of these cookies is almost better than having a fresh cinnamon roll. They are that good. So you know what? I really hope you guys give them a try. They are so tender on the inside. They are just wonderful. And the recipe really is really easy and just has a few steps along the way, but definitely worth it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give us a nice big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload a new and delicious recipe. Share the recipe with your family and friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye everyone.